Hello dear students. So it is written on the board that today we are going to discuss about states of matter. The topic is ideal and real gases. So for that matter, I would just be focusing on the term what is gas first of all, and then how the gas is divided into two parts, namely ideal gas and real gas. So what is actually gas is? Gas is a state of matter in which I'll say that the force of attraction between molecules is point to be noted minimum as compared to liquid and solid. Solid and liquid will have the more force of attraction as compared to gases. The second point of concern here is the gas has more thermal energy. I repeat my statement, gas has more thermal energy again as compared to liquid and solid. What actually thermal energy is and what is the force of attraction? I just want to make myself clear on these 2 points. Force of attraction is something that bounds the molecules together, like this is the molecule A and this is another molecule B. So like they are bounded by a force of attraction. This is called intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. Second point is what is thermal energy? The energy is stored in a body because of its temperature. Means what exactly does it mean? The point is when you increase the temperature of something, you will say that its thermal energy is increasing. What increasing? Thermal energy is increasing. And if the thermal energy is increasing, I'll say that disruptive forces, disruptive forces will also increase. So what exactly happening? Force of attraction tries to bound the molecule together. Whereas increasing temperature, consequently increasing thermal energy, and disruptive forces will try to destabilize the system, means they will try to separate the molecules, if I frankly speak. So this will try to bound the molecule, and this will try to separate the molecules. So I can say that these 2 points play the role in opposite direction. These 2 forces will play the role in opposite direction. So what exactly will happen if I compare solid, liquid and gas? So I'll say that in terms of intermolecular attraction forces, this is intermolecular attraction forces, IMAF, intermolecular attraction forces, this will have the maximum and this will have minimum, that I have already written here, if you see here. And thermal energy, in terms of thermal energy, this is going to be minimum here and maximum here. These 2 things are moderate. Here moderate and here moderate too. Okay, so point is this disruptive forces or thermal energy is maximum in gases. Intermolecular attraction forces are minimum in gases. These 2 are the driving forces for all the possible properties. All the properties that we will study in this chapter, this will be because of these 2 things. Intermolecular attraction forces are very weak and thermal energy is very large, or you can say the maximum in terms of solid, liquid and gas. Okay, now come to the point, which is the topic of today's lecture, is ideal and real gases. That is just a kind of introduction. What exactly the meaning of ideal gas and what is exactly the meaning of real gas? So there is only very small change between these 2 things. What actually the change is? If I say intermolecular attraction forces in ideal gas, they are equal to 0. They are equal to 0. There is no force of attraction. There is no force of attraction as well as there is no force of repulsion as well acts between the molecules of the ideal gases, whereas in real gases this force is not 0. The point is, repeat it. Okay, I'm repeating. Intermolecular attraction forces in ideal gases is going to be 0 and in real gases is not 0, right? The second point is molecular volume. In terms of molecular volume, this is another thing that is to be kept in mind, is the volume of one molecule, what? The volume of one molecule of ideal gas is negligible, what? Negligible with respect to total volume of gas. Total volume of gas. So point to be kept in mind here is again the volume of one molecule of ideal gas is negligible with respect to total volume of gas. What exactly does it mean? I'll be coming on this. Here what will be happening? The volume of one molecule of real gas is, again the point is, not negligible with respect to total volume of gas. Is not negligible with total volume of gas. Actually, I just want to make one thing clear here. What is the meaning of volume of gas? The first point to be kept in mind, that is, what is the meaning of volume of gas? I'll write it here. Volume of gas. What does it mean? What does it mean? So volume of gas is the, like, in simpler words, the volume occupied by gas. In other words, the free volume available for the gaseous molecule. What? I repeat my statement. Free volume available, the free volume available for the molecule of gas. Free volume available for the molecule of gas. See, when we are talking about ideal gases, the volume of one molecule of ideal gas is up. You said that it is negligible with respect to total volume of gas. So point is, like, there is complete, this is the volume of the vessel, in which the gas is kept, and it has numerous molecules present here. Many molecules are present. You said it that volume of one molecule of ideal gas is negligible, means the total volume of gas, this volume, as compared to this volume, the volume of one molecule is negligible. It means I'll say that the free volume is the volume of gas, the volume of vessel, minus volume of one molecule. This is the meaning of free volume. Volume of vessel is V. Volume of one molecule is negligible, so we can count it 0. So free volume for ideal gas is the volume of vessel. So we normally say that volume of gas is nothing but the volume of vessel. Exactly is the meaning of it is only applicable in terms of ideal gas. If I talk about real gas, so I'll say, you said it that the volume of one molecule of real gas is not negligible, So if I put the same point here, I'll write it like this: free volume of real gas equals to volume of vessel minus volume of one molecule. So this is V vessel minus volume of one molecule. You have already told it like this is not negligible, so I'll count it as like, suppose this is X, so this is going to be volume of real gas equals to volume of vessel minus X. It is always somewhere less than the volume of vessel. So what exactly the meaning? If I summarize this portion, I'll just say one thing. We have talked about force of attraction, that is the minimum in terms of gases. Gas has more thermal energy as compared to liquid and solid. I compared it with solid, liquid and gases. Solid has maximum intermolecular attraction force, whereas gas has minimum thermal energy. The gas has maximum. So these two things are playing their role in opposite direction. It means opposite direction. It clearly indicates that the whomsoever will win in this race will decide the state of matter, right? So here attraction force is maximum, so this will try to hold the molecules. Here it is minimum, whereas thermal energy is maximum, so this will try to separate the molecules, and that is why the gaseous molecules are far apart as compared to liquid and solid, right? Now I just made a difference between ideal gases and real gases. What are the two major points? They are intermolecular attraction forces. This is zero in ideal gases and non-zero in real gases. And the second point is molecular volume. The volume of one molecule of ideal gas is negligible, and whereas here it is not negligible with respect to total volume of gas. What is the meaning of volume of gas? I just told free volume available for the molecule of gas. We will talk about free volume and how this we do it is like here. So in terms of ideal gases, this is volume of vessel. In terms of real gases, it is somewhere less than the volume of vessel. I hope I made myself very clear on this. This is the difference between ideal and real gases. We'll meet on gaseous laws in the last lecture. Thank you very much.